So, ladies and gentlemen, we're living in interesting times in 2025. An actor is not yet 30 yet is the latest movie star, and I mean that with all respect. There's been many through the years male actors, and in recent phenomena, Tom Cruise, Brad Pitt, George Clooney. But I can say, ladies and gentlemen, with the amount of great roles and nominated performances he's had in recent years, this guy is literally a movie star. The most people, especially women under the age of 30, know him very well, but he's starting to be huge among all ages. Timothee Chalamet. Now, this American and French actor who's not yet 30, his accolades include a Screen Actors Guild Award, in addition to two nominations for 2 Academy Awards, Call Me By Your Name and A Complete Unknown, 4 British Academy Film Awards, and 4 Golden Globe Awards. Chalamet began his career as a teenager in television, appearing in the drama series Homeland in 2012. Now, in 2014, while a student at Columbia, he made his film debut in the comedy drama Men, Women, and Children and appeared in Christopher Nolan's science fiction film Interstellar. Chalamet came to international attention with the lead role of a love-struck teenager in Luca Guadagnino's coming-of-age film Call Me By Your Name, earning him a nomination for the Academy Award for Best Actor, becoming the 3rd youngest nominee in the category. Alongside supporting roles in Greta Gerwig's films Lady Bird and Little Women, Chalamet took on a starring role as a drug addict Nick Sheff in the biopic Beautiful Boy. Chalamet then began leading big-budget films, including Paul Atreides in Denis Villeneuve's science fiction film Dune and its sequel, and Willy Wonka in the musical fantasy film Wonka. For his portrayal of Bob Dylan in the biopic A Complete Unknown, which he also produced, he was nominated for another Academy Award and became the youngest winner of the SAG Award for Best Actor. Now on stage, he is played in John Patrick Shanley's autobiographical play, Prodigal Son, in 2006, for which he won a Lucille Lortel Award and gained a nomination for a Drama League Award. Off-screen, he's been labeled as a sex symbol and a fashion icon, and we all saw his beautiful yellow suit at the Oscars, which thrilled men and both women. Now, how did he get to where he's going? Now, Timothée Chalamet was born on December 27th, 1995, or as we call it, the day after Boxing Day, in New York City, and grew up in the federally subsidized Artists Building, Manhattan Plaza, and Hell's Kitchen under the Mitchell-Lama program. His older sister, Pauline, is an actress. His mother, Nicole, is a third-generation New Yorker of half Russian-Jewish and half Austrian-Jewish descent. She is a real estate agent at the Corcoran Group and a former Broadway dancer. Flender earned his bachelor's degree in French from Yale and has been a French teacher and dance teacher. His French father, Marc, is an editor for the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF, and a New York correspondent for Le Parisien. Marc is from Nîmes and has a Protestant background. Timothy's paternal grandmother, who had moved to France, was originally Canadian from Brantford, so technically he's one quarter Canadian. On his mother's side, he's the nephew of husband and wife filmmakers and producers Rodman Flelder and Amy Lipman. Now, Chalamet is bilingual in English and Parisian French. He holds dual U.S. and French citizenship due to his French father. Growing up, he spent summers in La Chambeau-sur-Lignon, a small French village 2 hours from Lyon, at the home of his paternal grandparents. Now, again, that's his Canadian background. He stated that his time in France led to cross-cultural ambiguities or his identity. Chalamet attended PS 87 William T. Sherman School for elementary school and MS 245 the computer school for middle school, later transferring to the selective Delta program at MS 54 Booker T. Washington Middle School, where he was described as miserable due to his lack of a creative outlet within the school's academically rigorous environment. Now, Heath Ledger's performance as a Joker, the Academy Award-winning one, in The Dark Knight in 2008, inspired Chalamet to pursue a career in acting. He applied to the Fiorello H. LaGuardia High School of Music and Art and Performing Arts. His acceptance in the school was a turning point in his appreciation for acting. His sophomore year drama teacher at LaGuardia was so impressed by his audition, they insisted on Chalamet's acceptance into the school, even though he had been rejected in the interview due to his middle school record, saying, "I gave him the highest score I'd ever give a kid auditioning." During high school, Chalamet dated Madonna's daughter Lourdes, a fellow student, for a year. He starred in school musicals as MC in Cabaret and Oscar Lundquist in Sweet Charity, graduated in 2013. Chalamet is also a Young Arts alumnus. After high school, he attended Columbia at age 17 for a year, majoring in cultural anthropology, and was a resident of Hartley Hall. He later transferred to New York University's Gallatin School of Individualized Study to pursue his acting career more freely. Having found it difficult to assimilate to Columbia directly after filming Interstellar, upon leaving Columbia, he moved to Concourse, Bronx. He eventually dropped out of New York University to focus his acting career and avoid student debt. Now, as a child, he appeared in several commercials and acted in 2 horror films called Sweet Tooth and Clown before he's making his TV debut in an episode on Law & Order 2009, playing a murder victim. This was followed by a minor role in the TV film Loving Leah. In 2011, he made his off-Broadway debut in The Talls, a coming-of-age comedy set in the 1970s, in which he played a sexually curious 12-year-old. The chief critic of New York Daily News wrote, Chalamet hilariously captures the tweens and waking curiosities about sex. In 2012, he had recurring roles in the drama series Royal Pains and the thriller series Homeland, in which Chalamet played Finn Walden, the rebellious son of the vice president. Along with the rest of the cast, he was nominated for a SAG for Best Ensemble. Now, he was in Men, Women, and Children's Jason Reitman's movie in 2014. Then he showed up in Interstellar, which made almost $700 million worldwide. A decade later, Chalamet stated that Interstellar was his favorite movie I'd been in, but shared that at the time he was disappointed because it didn't boost his career as it assumed it was. So from there, again, some very key roles. Now, the big breakthrough, of course, was 2017 to 2020. And the big roller coaster is Call Me By Your Name. The story revolves around Lelio Perlman, a young man living in Italy during the 80s who falls in love with Oliver, played by Armie Hammer, a university student who has come to stay with his family. In preparation, Chalamet learned to speak Italian and was playing the piano and guitar. So he's big in the gay community, he's big in the straight community, he's big in the what he called the teen appreciation community. But if you watch Call Me By Your Name, you watch A Complete Unknown, Chalamet has charisma to burn. This guy eats up every scene he does, like in Lady Bird. He does sort of like a bad James Dean impersonation, where the Saoirse Ronan character meets Chalamet for the first time. It's kind of weird because I never thought I'd say this, but he should play. He played Bob Dylan, but can he play James Dean? I'd like to see him try, because there's a lot of James Dean in this guy. It's almost like being French and Canadian and American and Jewish. It's a combination of factors. Most of the great actors of the modern era have Canadian in them, or European, or Jewish, because they can talk from different levels. He can play any role. He's not typecast. He's done science fiction. He's done biopics. He's done gay movies. He's done straight movies. You know, he can do what he wants. But Timothee Chalamet, I promise by 2030, he's going to have at least one Academy Award. There's a big role out there someplace. And I'm really looking forward to this, because when I saw A Complete Unknown at the Regent Theater in Frankton, I was shocked how good he was. Because I seen him in other performances, and I really appreciate his acting. But he got Bob Dylan down. Not that he was totally like Bob Dylan, but he gave the people the interpretation of what Bob Dylan would be to a lot of people. And that was a big role. I think he said he took 4.5 or 5.5 years to do the role. So Timothee Chalamet, the movie star you got to watch. I know I'm kind of late doing a podcast, but I really think I was speaking to some ladies at the Starbucks in Frankton today. I'm just back from Frankton, our provincial capital. I asked one lady, and she said, "Oh my God, I loved him and Called Me By Your Name." You know, that's the automatic clip. He didn't mention Dune, didn't mention Bob Dylan. He's going to be an actor for everybody. And with the loss of Gene Hackman, if anybody can take up the mantle of movie star, I think the baton has been passed. I am so excited to see what he's going to do in the next 10 years. And let me tell you something, ladies and gentlemen. You're part of history every time you see Timothee Chalamet in a movie. He is a movie star. And I'm saying, way to go, man. You know, one quarter Canadian. We're proud of you in Canada, and keep it up. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you like what you're doing here with our movie podcast, let us know with a like, comment, subscribe, or share.